be a Terran or a Zerg player. Quickly just double checking here when it comes to the history of Sparkling Tuna Cup. We've had a lot of Protoss champions. We've had a lot of Protoss. Fun fact, I just realized. I just double checked on Wikipedia. Fun fact, we have not had a single Zerg or Terran champion this year. We've been running this event ever since February of this year. Again, we took January off for Sparkling Tuna Cup, but this year, ever since February, it's been purely Protoss. It's been Christiana, Nightmare, Geralt, Nice, Art. Only Protoss champions in 2024. For the first time this year, it took us 6 months. It took us 6 months. We're going to have a non-Protoss champion. This is a historic moment for the Sparkling Tuna Cup. A big reason for it is because Geralt and Cristiano are not here. But here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner, going for a proxy 3 racks. We have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the purple Zerg player going for a hatch gas pool standard opener, representing the Platinum Heroes as well, as they are both teammates. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. Again, our TVZ is upon us. I was just double checking. World Team League is starting up, and thankfully Platinum Heroes are playing later on in the night. Thankfully, this is not going to be clashing with their match, but it's going to be a proxy 4. Oh my god, a proxy 4 racks, not a 3 racks. It's a 1 base all in. It is a 1 base all in here by Nicoract. He's looking to pop off here in the grand finals. And we may just pull the boys with this. We're going to be amassing Marines, and we may just pull the boys with this, as it is a complete all-in. There is no transition out of this. There is no other way out of this. It's one way or another. The game is about to end. The game is about to end. As Marines are amassing back at home. Again, YoungYakov hatch gas pool into a 3rd. Overlord is soon to scout. Overlord should confirm that there is no CC on the low ground. That is a bit of a tell. But alas, we were unable to get eyes on the proxy itself. There we go. YoungYakov, he's double checking. He's like, hold up, wait. He's like, hold on. Where's the base? What's going on? Where is the CC? It's not here. Spine crawlers, immediately spine crawlers in the main base. He now realizes what's going on. We'll check the main. We'll confirm that there's nothing there. So big reaction to YoungYakov. 2 spines in the main. Basically, he has to be willing. He does cancel the 3rd. He has to be willing to evacuate the natural. He has to evacuate the natural, give up on it, and protect the main base at all costs. Here we go. Yeah, we pull back with the Lings. Drones pull back as well. Marines and SCVs diving into the main base again. Nicoract, he has to go for the kill. He can't waste his time at the natural. The natural is a bait. Spine crawlers are done. Spine crawlers, they do finish up in time, as we are going to be repositioning the spawning pool under fire. We have to commit. Lings 8 Evan, very nice stutter stepping here by Nicoract. Does pull back. Boys are being pulled, going for the surround. We attempt to go for the surround, but so many drones are going to be going down. But again, we are holding on. 3rd Queen has arrived, but alas, it is exposed, and the Queen is going to be hunted down. Good pick off there by Nicoract. But as time goes on, again, we're getting into Ling speed, and we're amassing more Lings. Looking at the unit stat, we have 14 Marines left. Spine crawlers, they hold the line. We're not in position. The spawning pool, it's under fire. Spine crawlers trying to get it within range. And the spine crawler is going to be targeted down to half HP. We do have a transfuse, and we're holding. We are holding on. We have a transfuse available. Nicoract is forced out of the main base. YoungYakov, he's down to 13 drones and is not mining. Uh-oh. Link speed kicks in. But again, really nice stutter stepping here by Nicoract, diving on top of the Queens. No, we overextend. The Queen goes down. We're down to 1 Queen remaining. 13 drones. And because YoungYakov lost so many workers, if we can kill the natural base, which we should, Nicoract, we can macro out of this. Or we can just keep going for the all-in. I mean, Nicoract, he saw his momentum on his side. The base will fall. We have 2 spines left on the high ground, 1 Queen left. But pushing up this ramp is going to be difficult. Nicoract, does he try to force his way in? Or does he throw down a base? Oh, we're pulling the boys. Yeah, let's go! The boys are being pulled. One way or another, again, the game is going to end. Now, these boys are going to be ideal to tank shots. The goal here is to tank spine shots from YoungYakov. And if they can, these Marines, there are enough of them to be able to focus down these spine crawlers. Again, there's no transfuse. There is not enough energy for a transfuse. I'm worried for YoungYakov. I don't think he has enough. Again, just he lost so many workers earlier. trying to protect that spawning pool. Yeah, the SCVs, they have arrived. Nicoract, again, he has to be careful to tank those shots. The workers, they do dive in, they collapse you on top of the spine crawlers. The queens are being focused down, the spines as well, and Nicoract, he's done it. He has done it. GG gets called, and Nicoract takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Nicoract does start things off with a bang with the 4x 1 base all in. Nicoract was also really patient as well. I was surprised. When I saw the first push, I was shocked to see that we didn't pull the boys. Remember, Nicoract, he waited quite a bit to pull the workers. He instead was maintaining his marines. He was able to trade well against the lings, against the spine crawlers, against the queens. It wasn't until the second wave where then we pulled the boys when we needed them most. So again, just very careful play there from Nicoract. Did break through. And likewise, YoungYakov just had a very hard time defending that spawning pool. Unfortunately, the spine crawlers were a little bit out of position, so he had to commit a little bit harder to protect it. Likewise, there were so many workers, did not get this round. There was some brutal stutter stepping there from Nicoract. And with that, Nicoract takes a lead. Now, it's a best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us. Nicoract does take a lead. We'll see if YoungYakov can bounce back or if Nicoract extends that lead. We shall see. We shall see. As we're diving into game 2, gonna be on Alkyone. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkyone, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 1-0. Looking to extend this, looking to keep that momentum going. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the purple Zerg player. The purple Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes down in this series, looking to bounce back in game number 2. Can he force a tied-up series here? It is YoungYakov. Here we go. See, chat, when I told him he was hung mono, he said he doesn't know what hung means. What a guy. Este hon mono. Shaking my head. We need to keep him innocent. We need to keep his smile as Nicoract is looking to open up what looks to be with a 2-Rax Reaper. Okay, so once again, aggression. There we go. There's a second SCV. There's a second Rax. So with 2-Rax Reaper, the goal here is to get into triple Reaper production, or into 3 Reapers, I should say, and delay the third. The goal is to delay the third base, to contain the Zerg player, and to get ahead economically, and to give the Zerg player a really hard time early on. Never mind, this is not 2-Rax Reaper, this is a much more aggressive variation. 3-Rax Reaper. Now, this is not an all-in, don't get this twisted, this is not an all-in, but this is very committed. We're going to be going into Mass Reaper, which means now it is not just about denying the third. Now it is about killing queens and killing drones. Now, Nicoract, he needs to get even more damage done, he's going to be hyper-aggressive. We should expand behind this. The expansion is delayed because of the third Rax, but this should be leading into an expansion and leading into a longer game. But regardless, a very aggressive build here, and there's a lot of potential for Nicoract. Meanwhile, YoungYakov going Hatch Gas Pool. Standard opener out of YoungYakov. Reapers are amassing. The Overlord will eventually confirm this, as the Overlord is on the way. First Reaper moves out. Now, the scary thing here is that scouting the low ground is not good enough. Right, this looks like just standard 2-Rax Reaper. The Overlord needs to dip into the main to confirm what's going on. Or even to dip in further to confirm the lack of expansion. Reaper dips in. Trading with the Lings. Will dance with said Lings, and so far so good, getting some extra damage done. Still making 3 more Reapers behind this. Still rallying across the map. As much as we can. Ooh, meanwhile, YoungYakov has expanded. Oh, does confirm the 2 Raxes at least. And there's a bold move here by YoungYakov. Takes the third base. This third base is going to be forced to be cancelled. Yeah, the third base will be cancelled. Nicoract will shut this down. But even before that, he wants more. Remember, we spoke about it. He needs more than just the third. If at all possible, catching a queen would be ideal. We'll see if he can. Queens are pulling back. Queen from the main base does waddle down. taking a lot of damage. Oh, nice target firing. One Reaper falls. Nicoract does pull back in time. Third Queen has arrived. We are holding onto the natural. So far, solid defense here from YoungYakov. He caught a Reaper, maintains his Queens. The Queens are quite low. And Nicoract going for the dive. Link Speed kicks in. We get Link Speed. We go for the surround, and we shut down the Reapers. This was not good enough. Yeah, GG gets called. We got surrounded. We get shut down, and YoungYakov will take the game. GG. Again, those Reapers, they needed to get more done, and we saw YoungYakov being very careful with his Queen Micro. Very careful with that Queen Micro to be able to pull back with those Queens, able to retain them, able to keep them alive, able to sustain himself, buy time for a third Queen, able to focus down a Reaper. Very crisp Micro there out of YoungYakov. And yeah, Nicoract, things very quickly escalated out of control. You know, you're walking a very fine line when you go for these aggressive builds. If you don't do enough damage, GG. GG, well played. YoungYakov does take game number 2, and now we have a series. We have a back and forth. That's all we wanted. That's all we did ever want here. Let's go. It's like a cannon rush, but with people instead of cannons. True, true. Cannon fodder rush. Oh no. Feels marine, man. Feels man with gun. A to make him, A to move him. It's the only button I need. True, true. The Yakuzaku build. Whew. But here we go. We are diving in. So far, back and forth. It's been a very fast series here in this best of 5. Very quick games. Very quick matches, but I am hoping that we can settle into this. And we can sink our teeth into a longer back and forth mid-game. Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of side Delta, we have our Red Terran player. The Red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. Starting off with the momentum, but losing that in game 2. Can he bounce back? It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the purple Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes. Able to defend, able to hold on against the 3-axe Reaper. Can we extend this lead here? For our Zerg player, it is YoungYakov. Also for the Platinum Heroes, as we are settling in. This time, Nicoract. For the first time this series, we have a Rax on the high ground. We have a Rax on the high ground. There's no proxy. There's no low ground 2-Rax Reaper or 3-Rax Reaper. This time, we're calming things down, and we're going for a more standard opener. Now, we could still be hyper-aggressive with this. This can lead into like a 2-base, like, I don't know, Marauder Hellbat all-in, for example, and some just big 2-base play in general. But for now, everything is looking as it should. You can see YoungYakov is paranoid. You can see he's a little bit paranoid. He's checking for proxies. I mean, I don't blame him. After game 1 and game 2, YoungYakov, he's checking everywhere he can. He's looking under his bed, checking under his desk. It's like, where's the Rax? Where's the SCV? I know it's somewhere. As he's being very vigilant with these first 2 overlords. It will mean that his overlord across the map is going to be a little bit delayed. We can see it's just a Rax expand, standard opener from our Terran player. YoungYakov will eventually figure that out, and will rule out aggression. Here we go. As we're just settling in, Queens are on the way, drones are on the way. Despite how intense and high octane this series has been, we can breathe. We can calm things down a little bit here. We can take a moment to enjoy the map, to enjoy the water. Oh, it's beautiful. There are Moopies around here, right? Am I crazy? I remember seeing Moopies on one of the maps that I was surprised to see because I didn't know about them. As Reaper has arrived, dancing with the Lings. So far, not able to get too much, but there we go. Lings are getting picked off. 2 Lings, 3. Oh my, 3 Lings so far. Very nice trade. Unironically, really nice trade here from Nicoract. Third base is being taken. It is at the triangular 3rd location. just at that triangular third. Again, YoungYakov settling into a more standard game. Nicoract able to trade well with the Reaper initially, settling into, ooh, a 1-1-1. That is interesting. Now, this is a very aggressive build, or a very aggressive follow-up. Usually, we would see in a standard game a third CC, a third command center before the starport. Instead, we have a straight-up 1-1-1. With this can lead into a BC opener. We have seen Nicoract embrace BCs in the past. This could lead into something a little bit more substantial with maybe even a fast armory. I mean, there's no stim. We are making a Marine to deny the scout. There it is. We spoke about the BCs. There's the tech lab, and there is the fusion core. It is a battle cruiser. Nicoract is known for this. He does have a bit of a reputation with these BC openers, which is the only reason why I brought it up earlier. And we'll see if YoungYakov can keep up. As Marines are patrolling to deny the scouts, Overlord is in position at the natural, not outside the main. So the scout is going to be delayed. And YoungYakov is currently in the dark. Now we are making queens, and if we have a high enough queen count, if we have good crease spread and spores, then we can defend against this. We are opting not to go for the Viking variation. There are some players that go Viking first to hunt down Overlords and then go into BC. But Nicoract, he is hiding all of that, relying on the Marines instead, going for that first battle cruiser as quickly as possible. Now we have to be very careful with these Hellions. Now the goal here is a 1-2 punch. You move in with a BC, and then your Hellions can threaten another mineral line at the same time for a dual-pronged attack. As the Hellions are being active, Nicoract goes for a big link counterattack. Back at home, we do have a full wall. We have Hellions as well to hold the line. Second starport on the way. It's going to be 2-port BC. Oh my, he's an animal. 2-port BC, most likely into mech. Oh boy. He's an absolute animal here. And YoungYakov, he's going for a safety Baneling Nest. We have a Baneling Nest first into a lair. YoungYakov, he knows that something is wrong, something is amiss. The Baneling Nest won't help too much. Spores are on the way in every single mineral line. Again, YoungYakov trying to be ready for everything. Fast Banelings will help against a Hellbat push. The Spores will help against Banshees. Queens are amassing, they'll help against everything. How many queens do we have? 7, soon to be 8 queens. That's a solid queen count. 8 queens should be enough, as long as they're able to keep up with the movements of the BC, depending on where they are. Again, these Hellions, the problem is that the queen's going to be busy trying to keep up with the Hellions. Big shots going off. Lings are getting roasted. Every Ling goes down. BC teleports into the main base. Queens are not in position. They get busy by the Hellions. Spore's going to go down. It's buying time. But the Spore does fall. Now the Hellions, they can dive into the third. BC rotating over. Banelings in production. The Hellions, they have not pulled the trigger yet. Yeah, there is an opening, and they're going for the natural. No, they're not. Again, Nicoract playing very scared, actually. Very conservative with these Hellions. There was an opportunity to dive into that natural base, but we didn't go for it. Instead, Nicoract playing it safe. Now he pushes in, but there are now queens in position. Ling bait as well, lying in wait. Getting ready for the surround. Oh, we go for it. We go for the surround. Banelings, oh, we do crash in. Nice connections from those Banelings. A lot of Hellions get cleaned up. Some of them will survive, but not enough to really pose too much of a threat. Boys are being pulled. Queens are coming in. They do line up. Oh, we do manage to catch a couple of workers. Not bad. That was 4 drone kills, but how many Hellions was that? 11. 11 Hellions for 4 workers. Meanwhile, the BC production fully underway. Getting into additional BCs, teleporting across the map, diving into the natural. Ooh. Queens are in position. And can we focus on the queens? There are just so many of them. 1 queen goes down. We miss a transfuse. And we're going for the Spire. Of course, it canceled. That did cost us a battle cruiser. More Hellions being rallied out. Double Spire on the way. 1 in the main. 1 at the natural. We're getting a handful of workers, but these BCs still have not paid for themselves. Oh, there's nothing in the third. Oh my god, we just barely wall off. We cancel the Eva Chamber. Drones are trying to get the hell out of here, but they're lining up. No! The drones are getting roasted. Yeah, the barbecue is real. Nicoract getting 15 workers at the third base. Queens are going down in the midst of all this chaos. Nicoract, he's getting damage done, forcing another cancel on the Spire, but we made 2. Second Spire will finish. Spire will be done. YoungYakov knocked down to 55 drones. More Hellions are rallying, more BCs on the way. Yakov does have resources backed up for those Corruptors, and they should be on the way. Corruptors should be in production. We're supply blocked! No, sure, now is not the time. We are supply blocked. We have the Spire, but we have 0 Corruptors. Roaches are on the way instead. Which means there is still no answer to the BCs. How many queens do we have? 8. Still only 8 queens, and we have Yamato. Yamato should clean up 3 of those queens with these 3 BCs. Corruptors are now in production, but they only just started. Now's the time. Again, we can Yamato 3 queens and then try to snowball from there. There it is. The Yamatos are going to be popping up. When BC teleports away, 3 queens go down. We're looking to chase this down, but we have 7 Corruptors in production. Another Yamato is coming in. Yeah, Corruptors have arrived. We've got the final Yamato on one of the Corruptors as well. And we can just teleport the hell out of here. Getting another queen. We had 8. We're down to 2 queens. 1 BC goes down. Nicoract did fly too close to the sun there. Still good trades. Resetting the queen count. That means we have limited injects. You can see here we are missing injects as we just don't have the queens. Corruptors are moving out. Cyclones on the way. And Nicoract is in control. Again, plenty of factory production. We spoke about it earlier, but 2 port BC into mech is the composition for Nicoract. And it looks like we should force a cancel. Yeah, the CC is canceled, but it's going to cost us a Corruptor. Does cost us a Corruptor in the end. YoungYakov pulling back, doesn't have the best economy. I mean, his economy is actually worse than that of Nicoract, which is crazy. Nicoract with 76 workers plus mules, but does need the 4th base as he's long distance mining. Does need a base to make use of that worker count. Rocks are being knocked down. BC's maneuvering out. We have 5 battle cruisers in total. YoungYakov pushing towards that 3rd base. Nicoract's not in position. Uh-oh. Nicoract, he's not ready for this. Damage is going to be dealt. Yeah, BC's forced to teleport back home. The Miles! Ooh, they connect. And 1 BC goes down. A good start for YoungYakov. The Miles were insane. The Terran army was not ready for this. Another BC falling. BC after BC, but it looks like we are running out of Corruptors. At the same time, the Road Scavenger forcing its way into the natural. Tank goes down. Biles are insane. And YoungYakov, he needs to get some economic damage done. SCVs are falling left and right. We need more, though. Oof. We do need more damage. There we go. 26, 27, 30 SCVs. That's all we needed. Eventually, the BCs will clean this up, but not before losing so many workers. 33 SCVs going down. Rotating over towards the would-be planetary. It's not done. Not yet. More workers falling. Again, Nicoract completely missed the army and was not ready for this. And suddenly, YoungYakov is ahead. Suddenly, YoungYakov takes the economic lead. We've got Corruptors on the way, more Roaches, soon to be Ravagers as well. YoungYakov was in a rough position, but he turns water into wine. You know, he caught Nicoract just at the best moment he could have. At the most opportune moment. Nicoract was out of position with the BCs. He was out of position with his ground army as well. He was exposed. And we're not done. We're coming back in, getting even more economic damage. 5 SCVs going down. That's a lot of Cyclones. We should be respecting that. We have to be careful. I'll go for the BC. One of us. One more shot. BC goes down. We have 2 left. Yamatos are going off. YoungYakov investing quite hard here, diving on the CC. He will up. He gets it. He gets the base. Command center goes down. Nicoract knocked down to 3 bases, but he is rebuilding here towards the north. Getting another CC. And we're pushing. Again, this Cyclone count is pretty hefty. If you look at the supplies, the soup is lying a little bit. The army supply is actually neck and neck. Nicoract is down in workers. A lot of supply is in drones for YoungYakov. Nicoract, he's all in. It's all or nothing. This push has potential. We need to break a base. We need to take a decisive fight and break one of these bases. Tanks are sieging. Roach Ravager being forced back. We threw away all of our Corruptors earlier. We're holding on to those Yamatos. We don't want to waste them. Don't want to waste those Yamatos. And yeah, we're just raining down on these Ravagers. Oh my god, Corruptors are trickling in. But that's where the Yamatos come into play. I say that, we're going to have to teleport out. Do teleport the hell out of there. Ooh, towards the north. Corruptors are responding. Hatchery goes down. Very successful push here by Nicoract. Takes down the base, cleans up a lot of the roaches. We'll lose the tank. BCs are being cleaned up. But again, the mass cyclone may just barely break through. Yeah, big tank bullies going up. But it's costing us a lot of cyclones. We're running out of steam. And we're running out of cyclones. Without cyclones, there's no more support. Again, Nicoract can't really sustain these losses. Trying to rally across the map. I mean, he killed the base, that's true, but it wasn't enough. It's just not good enough. YoungYakov pushing on forward. Cleans up all the tanks, shuts down the army. And now we're going for a counter-attack. And what do we have to defend? We have one tank, we have a couple of Hellbats, a couple of Hellions. We lost all the battle cruisers. And with only a handful of wings, we bring down the tank. GG gets called, and YoungYakov takes a 2-1 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. YoungYakov was in a rough position this game. You know, Nicoract had a really good start. You know, he was popping off, he was getting damage done, he was sniping spires, killing queens. But alas, there was that one moment where YoungYakov pushed towards the third base. The BCs weren't there, the Cyclone army wasn't there. We were wide open, and YoungYakov, he went for the throat. He went for the kill. He got over 30 SCV kills in that push. And that was the moment that YoungYakov took momentum away from Nicoract and towards himself. And with that, YoungYakov is now one game away. One game away here from taking the entire series and for becoming the first non-Protoss champion of 2024 of Sparkling Tuna Cup. Again, this year of Sparkling Tuna Cup has been non-stop Protoss. It's been non-stop Protoss champions week after week after week. 100% Protoss is here for Sparkling Tuna Cup, but that is soon about to change. Regardless of how this goes, whether it's YoungYakov or Nicoract, whether it's Zerg or Terran, the curse has been broken. The curse has been broken. Now, it's also because our usual Protoss champions aren't here. Like Christiana isn't here, Nightmare isn't here, Geralt, Art, Nice. All the typical Protoss contenders are nowhere to be found. And in their absence, rises a new champion. And who's it going to be? Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Post Youth, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes down in this series, but looking to bounce back and force the ace match. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Purple Zerg. The Purple Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 2-1. One game away from becoming our first Zerg champion of the year. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. There we go, so we are settling in. Again, Post Youth is one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool, but it's a best of 5, so less vetoes are available. And Nicoract going for Turax Reaper. Okay, interesting. I'll be honest, I have not seen Turax Reaper on Post Youth. Specifically on this map, I question it a little bit. I'm curious as to how well this will perform. Basically, we're going Mass Reaper here. Should be only getting to 3, maybe 4 Reapers at most, 5 at most if we did take a third base. The goal here is to get damage done and to contain our Zerg opponent. Oh, okay. As Nicoract could potentially go into a third racks as well to go 3-Axe Reaper, but I'm not too fond of 3-Axe Reaper in general. Not too fond of it. This should just be 2-Axe Reaper into an expand. And we should be looking to maintain control of the map and deny the third base. These Reapers are being sent across the map. Here we go. Reapers are being sent out. And Yakov back at home, still droning, still saturating his bases. Again, has the boosted income of the hybrid base. And yep, it is going to be 2-Axe Reaper into the expand. And the goal here should just be to punish that third. We're being a little bit greedy. We're headed for the main. YoungYakov has not checked the third base location. Going for some drone damage. Drones are forced back. They're kept alive. Nicoract will get eyes on this hatchery. And again, the goal here is to force the cancel. Hatchery under fire. There's that third Reaper on the way. We have a 4th and 5th Reaper as well. That should be where we stop. At 5 Reapers at most. To make sure we can ensure the cancel of this hatchery. Yeah, Queens are on the high ground. And we do force the cancel. Wait, never mind. That was something else. Not yet. The hatchery, do we let it finish? Oh, the hatchery does complete. Okay, bold move here by YoungYakov. He wants to try to save it. Queens are waddling in. Lings are amassing. Ling's speed is not going to be done anytime soon. And can YoungYakov save this? This is 300 minerals here for YoungYakov. KDA charge is going to be thrown down, shaving off those Lings, getting extra damage done on the hatchery. Drone does survive. And Lings are getting ready for the surround. And YoungYakov, he does collapse on top of the Reapers. They're trapped behind the middle line. 1 Reaper goes down. And we do save it. Oh my god, we save the hatchery. That's a big win for YoungYakov. What did he lose this game? He lost 8 Lings. 8 Lings. For all these Reapers. Oof. As Reapers are they're being shut down. Looks like we had a Queen. Not bad. Queen is picked up. Heading into the mineral line. We catch a drone as well. Okay, suddenly this is a little bit more worth it. 2 drones and a Queen. Better trade, very necessary trade for Nicoract. But overall, I do prefer YoungYakov's position, right? He's got the hatchery, he's got 37 workers. He's got the hybrid base. YoungYakov does hold. You can see Nicoract rotating around, but yeah, there's no sniping this. There's no sniping the hatchery, not anymore. The timing has come and gone, and we're working towards a Roach Warren. Very hidden Roach Warren behind the main. Behind the main base. And with that, we can see Nicoract in a bit of trouble now. Still trying to gain value with these Reapers. It looks like we might get a drone. Oh, we get one more. Hey, not bad. Again, trading as best we can. Getting 2 more drones. And going for the full scout. Do we get eyes on the road? We do! Oh my god! Nicoract! Very, very lucky here to dive into the mineral line to get behind the main base. Gets eyes on that Roach Warren. Very fortunate. That's the word I was looking for. Very fortunate for Nicoract. Able to get eyes on everything. And now we're getting ready back at home. We have our 3CC setup. Getting into our 2-1-1. Soon to be 3-1-1. But because the initial 2-Axe, we follow this up with a 16 Marine double medevac push with Stim. And ideally want to slow down the Roaches, because Roaches are amassing for YoungYakov. Well, we're droning behind this, so it's not going to be a committed Roach push. Yeah, we're throwing down double Evo chambers. We did get scouted. Marauder production has commenced to deal with the Roaches. And we do dive on top of that hatchery. We can force a cancel. The goal base is cancelled. Goal base is going to be cancelled here. So far, so good. Nicoract just trying to keep YoungYakov honest. Back across the map, YoungYakov trying to get reads on the follow-up. I just realized both Nicoract and YoungYakov are Diva enjoyers. I think they both have the same... I'm shaking my head. The same voice pack. Ay, ay, ay. Este Diva. We're getting into our 360 setup. Working towards tanks. Again, very important here that this bio army is able to keep YoungYakov busy. And YoungYakov is taking up into an infestation pit. Okay. Catch a couple of roaches. Oh, a lot of roaches overextend. And very nice catch by Nicoract. Very nicely done. What's that? 5 roaches going down. 6 roaches even for 1 Marine. Much better trade. At the same time, another double jump on our head side, this time with Marauders, focusing on the hatchery. Can we get the hatchery? Can we get the base? It's going to be close. And we barely will. The hatchery goes down. The 4th base is denied for a 2nd time. YoungYakov is hurting. This base is not just about the minerals, not just about the resources, it's about the larva. And YoungYakov going for a massive counterattack. You poke the bear. What do we have to defend? We have 1 tank. It's going to be piled down. Not enough tanks. This massive roach counterattack has potential, but here come the reinforcements. Nicoract barely holding on. The tank gets piled. Oof. Tank is going to be piled down across the map. The drop's still getting damaged, still finding overlords. Catching queens. Nicoract holds. Whew. Nicoract was down 30 army supply there, but he barely did hold on. Not just holds, but also get some damage, get some counter damage dealt. 4th base still not up. At this point, YoungYakov, yeah, we double expand. We need to double expand. We need one of these bases to finish desperately. YoungYakov, he might have 72 workers, but he's oversaturated. Here's long distance mining. Queen goes down. Building up towards a 2-2 timing, as the 2-2 upgrades are on the way for Nicoract. We have our hive on the way. And I'm curious what we're going to use the hive for. We don't have many upgrades. We have plus on range, no hydrogen yet, so we're not working towards lurkers. This could just be for adrenal and vipers. Speaking of, melee upgrades, infestors on the way. This could even be for ultras. Well, that does occur. Bailey's rolling in. Ooh, and they do not connect. The Marines, they send in the different biles. Will though. Oh my god, there's some massive biles here on the bio army. The tanks fall. And Nicoract caught on creep. A massive fight here for YoungYakov. Very quickly snowballing out of control. And what do we have to defend? We have a handful of Marines. We don't have any tanks left. We have medevacs, but very little to support them. As it looks like YoungYakov has broken Nicoract. SCVs, they bust into the middle line. 9 SCVs go down. GG gets called, and YoungYakov has done it. YoungYakov will be our first Zerg champion this year of Sparkling Tuna Cup. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to YoungYakov, as he is our champion. My condolences to Nicoract. That was a wild series though. Hyper aggression out of Nicoract time and time again. Wild builds. We had 2-port BC. We had proxy 4-racks. We had 3-racks Reaper. We even had 2-racks Reaper here in the final game. Nicoract had some good moments, but getting caught out in the middle of the map there, getting caught out with his tanks, with his bio army, that was a brutal moment for him. And very quickly, everything swung in favor of YoungYakov. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to YoungYakov. My condolences to Nicoract. But he made it to the finals, so a good performance nonetheless to make it this far in the tournament. Very well done. It is not easy to accomplish whatsoever. Not an easy feat. GG, well played. Congratulations here to YoungYakov, and again, he is our first non-Protoss champion. Whew. And a shout out to Nicoract for the run-up. A shout out to Oriana for becoming our random raffle winner as well, for earning that 5 extra USD. Again, all 3 of those players do walk away a little bit richer, a little bit more sustained. So I do love to see it. And I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. We had a very, very dynamic series here. Very little standard play. There was actually no standard games in this final series, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It is what we enjoy. It is what we embrace. And we're only halfway through the night. Only halfway through, because we have another broadcast right around the corner. We're going to be diving into World Team League. WTL started up 40 minutes ago, so we're a little bit late to the party, but I'm going to need a moment to set up all the overlays, to set up the stream, and to jump into some World Team League action. We're going to be casting from a bit of a delay, just because we're 40 minutes behind, but we're going to be catching up. We're going to be playing catch-up with World Team League. Here we go. So again, we have plenty more ahead of us. The stream is going to go down, so if you want some more StarCraft, if you want some more World Team League action, don't go anywhere. The stream is going to go down, and then the stream will go live almost immediately, and we'll be jumping into World Team League. Again, I do need a couple of minutes to set up the overlays and set up the title and get everything ready. But once we get that going, then we won't be stopping. Won't be stopping. So with that, GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If you won't be joining us for WTL, then we enjoyed you. Hope you had a great time here. Our next broadcast after WTL is going to be tomorrow, ESL Open Cup Asia. In less than 24 hours, ESL Open Cup Asia is going to be live here on the channel. Going to be casting with Yaku of the Zaku. Yaku Zaku is going to be joining us here on the channel for some ESL Asia, so do enjoy that, or do look forward to that. We have ESL Americas the day after that. We have some Brazilian tournaments that are on the horizon as well. Plenty of content available in the coming weeks, every single day on the Cranky Ducklings. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support. You can support this tournament via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, !Matcherino in the chat. Plenty of ways to support the Cranky Ducklings if you wish. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. You can follow us on YouTube. Sorry, you can watch us on YouTube as well, as we do stream on both. We do stream on both platforms, both on YouTube and on Twitch. But with that, we are going to be heading out. We are going to be heading out for now. Again, getting ready for World Team League. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes with some more StarCraft action. Until then, thank you for watching. Hasta luego. Ciao. Papi ciao. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.